Hey everyone, so tonight I'm doing a review on the Marvel Legends first appearance Wolverine. This is from the Face Off 2-pack with Sabretooth from Toy Biz. This is the non-variant. I do plan on getting the variant one of these days, with the open mouth screaming. It looks really cool. I also still need to pick up the Sabretooth from this pack. But we'll go ahead and let him finish up his 360 and then we'll check out the details. He's a really cool Wolverine. This is the only time we have a first appearance costume, and especially if you're a big Hulk fan, kind of want to recreate that Hulk comic cover. It's a great figure to have. Alright guys, so checking out the details. The head sculpt's really cool. I mean, it looks just like the first appearance. It's got kind of those whiskers sweeping, over the front of the mask. Got kind of just a straight, stare with the kind of the grim closed mouth, but it's got the nice black on the front of the mask here and white eyes. It does have more of that darker yellow, and it turns into lighter yellow along the cheeks here and a little bits on the top of the head. But it looks really cool. I definitely like the more yelling look on the variant, but this is still a very cool figure. They're coming down the, it's more the classic tiger stripe suit now. It does have the black on the shoulder, or the collar area. And then it's got also the, oh my gosh, I cannot talk today. It's got the blue shoulder pads here poking up. It does have a little slight nick in the paint there, not nick, but more like a smudge. Not bad, nothing too bad. The hole in the back, that's for when they had the old Toy Biz flight stands. You'd plug it in, have the face-off base, and anyway, yeah, it would plug in the back, had a face-off base, and it had a backdrop that came with the card, so you would have the two figures facing off. So it's kind of cool. But it's got more of that mustard, darker yellow here to give it some more depth. Looks really cool, but it's got the black tiger striping on the sides here. They actually line up really well on the mold, considering the mold kind of at an angle where the two pieces meet. On this side, it's not so lucky. You can kind of see where it didn't quite meet up right. And then coming down the arms, his arms does have the painted on arm hair there. Looks really cool. The blue gloves, and then he's got the really cool claw, long claws, long silver claws. And these ones are actually in really good shape. A lot of times they come out pretty, like these are warped a little bit, but not, I've seen way worse where they're like crossed over from each other. Then coming down the front here, he's got the little, blue underwear there with the red belt and the gold belt buckle. And it continues on with the darker yellow and lighter yellows on the pant legs. And he's got the classic, Wolverine boots here with the black coming up the front, and the blue looks really good. And it's just a cool figure. One thing I will say, this one doesn't have it, but this probably at least 3, maybe 4 years ago now, probably 3 years ago, I got a haul and I had a face-off Wolverine, but his ab crunch was like, you would like wiggle and it would just be a floppy loose mess. And talking with friends that also had this figure, they say that's pretty common. Luckily this one feels good. I mean, it's not clicky, but I mean, it's way better than the one I had in the past. But we're going to go over the articulation, so just be wary of that. So just so you know, that's just my experience with that ab crunch. But it looks down really far. Doesn't literally look up because the back of his head does hit the back of his neck. Looks side to side. There's a firm tug, not tug, but just a firm grip. Moves, arms move up, down, forward, and back. He's got a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. He's got the forearm, this is kind of loose. Forearm articulation or rotation, got a hinge at the wrist. It does have finger articulation, but it moves all 4 fingers down and it creates that fist. Looks good. Nice ab crunch. You slide side to side. And if you look at the waist, it's kind of at an angle, so it's kind of interesting. He's got the Y joint, so you can kick forward. Oh no, the paint. You see that? Shoot. Oh, that happens. It's kind of bubbling up. So if I move it up, there you go. You can do the side. It's got a waist swivel. Thigh swivel. It's got double jointed knees. Boot rotation, very slight. Ankles move up and they move down. It's got toe articulation and no ankle rocker. But see, that just happens with these older figures. The paint, especially on these joints here. It may be, see how it's kind of chipped off on the sides. Even got some, you can see some on my finger. That's just kind of common. That happens. So I'll leave them straight. All right, so we'll go and show you guys how tall first appearance Wolverine is. All right, guys. So yeah, it's a bummer about the paint, but you know what? As long as he's not broken and it's on a paint spot that's not obvious, like if it was on the front of his forehead or something weird, it would bum me out more, but I'm not gonna freak out over it. So it's about 5.5 inches tall. And then here he is next to the Puckwave Wolverine. And I also brought down the brown suit Wolverine from Juggernaut. So you guys can kind of get a little, you know, visual of how the differences are. But it's a very cool first appearance Wolverine. I really enjoy having this guy. I think it's a fun figure. I think he's worth getting, even if you're not, you know, it's just, or if you're into, you know, collecting first appearance figures, like how they first looked. I think this is definitely worth getting. But very fun figure. Just be wary, he is kind of fragile. Just by that ab crunch, like I was saying before. But there you go, guys. Hope you guys liked it. Please leave a comment, hit the like button, and subscribe if you haven't. All right, guys, take care. Have a great night.